pick Brawlmore and round off the draft. Not fantastic engage from IG overall.
Got the big brain out
with
the Cassante. Press R before Trundle presses R, and you've got no stats to steal.
Likes of Rare Atom, potential dive on bot side, Pays staying for the extra auto attack, might cost him here.
Frozen Domain comes down, Pillar comes on top, and of course it is a Sivir. You're going to have to flash over those, and look who's waiting. Mako is there, hits him with a passive head injury assessment required as the concussive blows. A stacked Wink now in danger, also hit with that passive. Shun tries to force Gala away, but now he's gone very deep. Xiaoshu's roaming down the lane, Wink headbutting away onto Wei. Actually, Ogby keeps him alive. The
Last Embrace.
That's the one. Thank you very much, Kim. I was going to call Steadfast Presence. It's like, no, that's Poppy. And I ended up pausing my play-by-play just
really
briefly.
Underestimate that. You know, Silas with an Alistar ult is just not fair. It's just not a fair champion. Turns out being able to get like an extra 2 Ws through your rotation is not really what the champion was balanced around. IG using their 2 grubs now for Senna to push in on that bot side, pressing that first item and can start again pushing waves more effectively, hitting towers more effectively. Low health Xiaoshu. Is he going to get full dive?
Not, dude. Takes an auto Q for the soul. And they go. Mako looking to get the pass down and does so. W comes on forward. Glacier Fish is just wide, but I think he still just dies. The Piercing Darkness will headshot Cassante. Nice dive from Invictus Gaming.
Very clean. And that was as well as Xiaoshu could have played that too. He ends up getting the W damage reduction onto the Braum passive and also getting the technically unstoppable nature of that too. Teleport back in, but this turret is still gonna, it's just gonna go down. Here comes Azir.
Oh boy, Scout is here. The shuffle away, but still hit by the last embrace. Doesn't really get to go all that far away. Flashing on out. Mako's TP'd back in. Won't lead to all that much. Curse. The Black Mist comes down from Gala.
Initial attempt.
Second kill though for Gala, who is feeling very pleased here. And again, a Senna that gets to brawl early is a Senna with more souls early, and that is nice work. On about 38 or so here.
That's really good.
For 12 minutes in. Again, it used to be about 70 at 20 as it stands.
I wouldn't have penciled in IG as a better performing team than JDG in that last split, but they somehow managed that in the playoffs. Shun now has Cyclone, first item, ready to fight. We do have Herald and Dragon Spawn at the same time, so some macro shenanigans shall ensue.
Indeed, actually, a bit of an engaged topside. Rookie going to go for the Macedonian Phalanx. There we go. Rookie goes in. It's a flash blown, though, alongside the ult, so Rookie comes out slightly worse for wear.
Tell me you're a fan of Rome Total War without telling me you're a fan of Rome Total War. Scout, does he have his E cooldown? I don't think he does. There's a problem now.
It's a long cooldown at this point. Now has to flash. Abductious wide. And that'll be a trade back, but now Mako getting traded on by the 4-man unit. Gala flashes away from the engagement. Wing throws down the Dawning Shadow. Equalizer comes down. Glacial Fissure also there. Ice and fire everywhere. George R.R. Martin couldn't finish that book, I don't think either. All the while, Xiaoshu going to get some value out as the spike comes on down and no one dies.
IG's defense in that mid lane put out so much more damage than I was expecting. Into a Nexus to Nexus. I've never seen anything like it. Of course, IG, one of the big reasons they won that game was JJ in the jungle for them. Wei now playing for the team. He played well, I think, in their first 2 series. Well, Pays might have this flash forced hit.
Got slowed by the Piercing Darkness. Good spell shield on the chop.
On the wall, you know, like the Onivia thing completely cutting off one direction to walk. Dragon now going to get started. No flash for Pays will make the team fights harder. Make a quartz.
Throws up the Unbreakable, will be more than okay as it stands. Got a Ghost and a Heal to work with here, courtesy of Spellbook. 1500 HP, Dragon secured. Couple souls that God would love to get, but I don't know if he's going to get time. Glacier Fisher comes on down, Shun looking. Close down the Warrior Tricks, he won't quite find it. Curse the Black Mist now from Gala. Continue to get some Piercing Darkness through everyone. Rookie is TP'd in. What angle will he find? The Equalizer down into Shy in the backline. Onto Pays, he's got no flash, because there goes Rookie. Got the Alistar ult as well. Unbreakable Will comes on forwards. Shun can't find anything. Wink will headbutt Rookie away, but the Abduct lands onto Scouts. Unfortunately, my Emperor, there's a few people who'd like to sell you for some ransom. Rookie goes forwards again, kills off the Alistar. Scout slides into the backline and brings down Gala, but that is the lone win JDG find. It's an ace.
A wave or 2 in mid lane too. Can Wei actually kill the whole turret here? I mean, Trump Trundle is really good at killing towers. They just take up the straight up take the mid lane out of turret to stand and fight yet, especially not against the Silas with the Alistar ult, as we've mentioned before. Scout gets 1 back in the play, but it just feels so little compared to what they just lost.
Gala will eventually die. Scout goes sliding forwards and manages to at least get 1 back. Gets the shutdown as well, and that's lovely and all, but it is a very minor victory when the game state is looking really ugly.
Nigh on 5k advantage now for IG. 2 items for that Senna. He's using them well.
This Trundle 1600 gold ahead, puts down a pillar in the choke point, and everyone's just dying. The bonks keep flying. Shun's been Blast Cone back. We'll at least get Gala again. as he did get in there, but the Shy will trade back out. Way throws down the Subjugate to 3-for-1.
Where has this Invictus Gaming been? This is top draw creative skirmishing. JDG are buying into the fights and IG are better at them. Wonderful first game from IG, going over a 5,000 advantage, and they're continuing to push forwards. Before 20 minutes, crushing the mid lane in a turret. JDG, they wanted a slow early game sick and whacking JDG over the head with it.
Atakan started as a known quantity. Mako now body blocking. Not going to be the easiest to get in here. Shun coming on in, teleports flying. We have got ourselves another brawl. Atakan has been the side of some disasters. Rookie on a flank angle with the Unbreakable Will in inventory. It's hijacked for value. Shun trying to get some value, but he's rooted up for a little bit. The Equalizer comes on down on top of the Glacial Fissure. Fire and Ice again. And the Wukong is down. Wink in the backline. There's Rookie in the 1v3. Will Unbreakable. Sundisk meaning nothing. The Rebel.
The frickin' Alistar! What can they do?
Oh, Paze is gone as well. There's just not enough damage. Flash on forwards, running away. Can't find anything. It's a triple kill to Gala. They keep looking for more way. Looking for the pillar on the frozen domain. Hunting for a little bit more. Another option. Deadman's plate speed. Found Paze, run! He can't do it. And Invictus Gaming pick up another.
Invictus Gaming will end off a clean ace. All out means nothing. It's just a quick hop, skip, and a jump towards the graveyard as Invictus Gaming crush another fight. This time around, the Atakan, Shun, old IG jungler, of course, where he started his career, tried to look for the initial engage and perhaps a smite steal, but all he ended up doing was losing his mobility and getting stuck into that tri-brush into an Equalizer. The Shy's Equalizer was so disgusting alongside that Dawning Shadow. It'll be a third dragon to make... adage of discretion is the better part of valor. They would have needed a little bit more of that. Try and survive some of these fights.
Hijacked it again. Rookie's got the Unbreakable World, and they're all under this tier 2. I just don't know how much safety it gives you. The pillar down. Equalizer as well. Dawning Shadow. It is Carpets of Doom wherever you care to look. Just need Kiana Jones to go with it. Half HP on the turret. Don't overforce it in the end, actually. JDG managed to hold the line just about. And IG unwilling to fully dive.
Yeah, that Equalizer, they're doing so much work. JDG have defender's advantage where they
very scary on this center with an Infinity Edge in inventory as well. And Baron started. Here we go again.
All right, JDG, what do you got on you? The Alistar has time out of Rookie now. Can hold on to it. Looks for the fight.
Oh, he gets in anyway. All while Scout gets a shuffle back onto the Shy, but it means nothing as Rookie and Mako continue to cause chaos. Havoc in the backline, a chain lash, and more bonks come on through. A triple to the Trundle. It might be a quadra to the Trundle. It's not, as of course Rookie picks up at least one more.
Only Kanavi is allowed to penta on the Troll King. IG won't even need the Baron. They'll break the base. You know what? They might end the whole goddamn game. Trundle is an expert at tower killing, as is Silas when he gets to start ripping through those passages. Clearing the wave. They want the game end.
It's going to be over in 26 minutes. Invictus Gaming are ruthless. Every player smashing in the fight, smashing in the lane, and bring us to a 1-0 start. JDG, go back to the drawing board. You have been sucker punched in game 1.
Invictus Gaming have made a habit of now when IG flex it with the R5. The Luke Skywalker pick coming in strong here.
Red 5, standing by.
The laning forces with them as they get 2 winning lanes there on the solo. One of the more nasty things about the Aurora into that too, you can buffer through the stun. Shun coming for a dive though, can use that W to reset aggro.
Just a bit of chunk onto Paze there. Gala gets his reset through, gets a fair amount of damage. Paze in danger, flash away from Gala, gets a deadly flourish on the backline. Onto Wink, they will get the kill. Flash out from Shun. And they escape. 1 kill secured, but it took a little bit of work.
Basically counts as an extra cannon minion, by the way, folks. He gets 50 gold from killing the Tivers, which is not unimportant. And also, very interesting thing, by the way, Rookie made an impact so far. Remember last skit? That's going to be a dead Victor.
Oh, yeah. Rookie throws down the gravity field. Actually, might be able to back away from this. Way now behind. Incinerate comes on down. Flash now 4. Scout looking for more. Will get the kills. Caught in the turret. Way's going to come on down and ensure that it is a 1-for-1.
1-for-1. Both mid laners using their flash.
Way, very nice.
It does end up so all that, yeah, they will end up slow pushing it actually. That's why Wave potentially needs to go down to fix that. Grubs the spawn now. It's a big play from Scout. Significant plate gold increase. Both teams now taking the chance to go into the enemy red side jungle and take away some jungle camps.
What about the bowls? And the crockery?
Then what?
The cutlery.
As opposed to what?
The plates.
Oh, Los Platos.
Yes.
The Shy doesn't have ult, does have flash. If he gets stunned here, he's probably dead.
Flash, there's the flash back. The Storm into the call of the hunt, trying to turn this one around, but Mako comes on in, gets a quickness down, but there's just no follow-up. Nearly a great turnaround from Mako if he'd been half a second earlier.
And misses the W2. Shun, does he still have W? He can dive again.
Oh, it's nicely done. And JDG, they needed the snowball. They are doing so.
This is the CC combo.
Spellbook Smite, always worth noting with supports at this era of League of Legends.
Okay, so we're getting into a big fight now. No first items really there yet. Varus the only one with that, and we'll be able to use that. IG, I'm glad they are. It'd be very, very dangerous to give over way too many resources.
Dragon again at Resolve Point in about 3 minutes. Maybe that's what you go towards. Rookie's actually going to come on up and steal it! With the death ray! Oh no, that's foul. Now Shudder's in danger. Use the call of the pack to get DPS on the Herald. Good work from the mid laner. Out comes the Arcane Storm. Mako with the quickness. Scout forced to flash as well.
Rookie with the Merc Treads playing so aggressively in front of the Annie there now to Gala. What are you doing, my friend?
Run it by Paze. It just gets hit by the arrow.
That was an awesome play from IG at the start to get the Herald, but Gala gives a big...
But I wonder whether he was just saying, look, I need to hold my smite for Dragon. He's only got one in inventory.
I think this fight is all about how much work the Victor can do. Maybe you can get a good enough Aurora play, but it's not bursty Aurora. Dragon started. Ult from Jhin called out very early.
A fair amount of damage. Scout! Oh my god! The damage on the Mako goes half away for a second or two, but burns out to the Dragon. Actually, turn around onto the Relic. Support for support. Good fourth shot. Now the Shy is here. Damage onto Xiaoshu. Wei goes looking for a flag and drag, but can't find anything with the Dragon Strike. Chains to go wide. Rookie now trying to hop away. Shun's gone quite deep for this. Shield comes on down from Wei. Buys some time. Good for Shy! In comes the Cataclysm, and between worlds they go. Shun dies as well! And oh my days, the solo lanes of Invictus Gaming are here to party.
IG spend 19 minutes not giving a fixed battle, avoiding JDG's early power spike, and then they outplay. Mako gets caught. We warned about the
Locked down for the flag and drag and the Cataclysm, and then Xiaoshu and the Neferi get caught out by the burn. It ends up being a deceptively great fight from Gala, but now Rookie's in danger. Redemption's coming on down. The exhaust comes on through, keeping him from doing too much damage, and they will finally get a hold of that Victor. 3 members going up there, and Atakan's around, and they're starting it up at JDG.
Now, Scout doesn't have teleport and will have to back off. Do they give up the Atakan for mid lane turret? Pace has flash. You would be able to get out of a Cataclysm. It's coming up in a couple of seconds.
Wait, tries to get the flag and drag down. There's the Realm. Mako also coming around. Wink potentially in.
Atakan should still be being taken. They're pinging onto it. There are red pings. Choosing to peel off of it now. It was on vision the whole time.
The Shy is here. Needs to be a little wary. Walks across the false side alteration. Way now in danger. Xiaoshu makes the dominus happen. The Shy goes across the Veil. May need to E away. Gets a fair amount of damage back. They're getting damage onto Mako. Massive Magnet Storm though. Chains of Corruption come on through. Flash away between worlds is pretty good. But look who else is here. It's Scout, who's managed to find an angle on in, and they bring down 2 Invictus Gaming members.
They bring down 3. Mako dies as well. IG tried to defend the Atakan. Rookie not being there means they don't have the turnaround damage. Once again, JDG take the lead. Rookie had a great play around the Dragon, as did Gala. But IG, they go a little too deep, and they this is the fight they didn't want to give. They've done the hard work to get ahead. JDG see the arrogance of them walking up and find a great fight.
Rookie now trading out with Scout, throws down the gravity field. Tibbers is hitting, trying to turn that back though with the Hextech Storm. Stun comes on through. Tibbers is running. Malignant Spell not quite there. Oh my days, the Arcade Storm burn of the Blackfire Torch. It gets bloody close both ways.
Yeah, the Bloodletter ticking down. The magic helps a little bit, but gets tanked up by the shield. Looks like IG do want to contest, but they're going through side of the... Oh, Scout's caught.
Oh boy, has to flash away. Still got the stun, but now caught in the Cataclysm. The Shy going to find some value as he goes across the wall there with the between worlds. Gets slowed down, but can still go across the Veil. Shun looking for an angle. Make sure to go with forwards with the Hound's Pursuit. Way stunned up by Pace. Flag and drag through. Beginning to do some damage. The Shy just gets shut down. Allows for another angle. Pace though in a 1v2 being run out. The gravity field comes on down. Can they get the deadly flourish? So if they can't, still trying to get the damage. The burn should surely do it. Does for Rookie. Flag and drag is immune by Shun. By that one, but Rookie continues to outplay. A wonderful shot from Gala. A flag and drag away from Wei. They're just outplaying. The flash leads to nothing. Invictus Gaming just hand stiff them.
This is the best form I've seen Rookie on in a long time. He has been outplaying the heck out of his opponents in his first couple of series here in the regular split. His Victor in particular has looked sublime, and right there, knowing that he could go forwards that extra step, using the breadth of his HP bar, get that extra...
Wait, got the flag and drag after because it's lured up cooldown at this point in the game.
The fact that he misses that final tick of damage onto way to insult to injury. Pays no flash caught again.
In between worlds we go. You can get through the Cataclysm wall by pressing R as the Aurora good value
last
there.
Play against vision control, against the control of JDG is a huge loss. Wink now first to get
flourish after, comes on down. Mako looking for some more with the quickness. Gravity field coming across as Rookie strides on forwards, strutting there with that staff and into Decisive power. Curtain call. Shun and Xiaoshu need to run away, trying to slice, but I don't think the dice will be offering much more than a natural one. A stride breaker in a dream right now, but I just don't think he finds out with the toy Nectin. is put in the toolbox. Not required anymore, split apart.
I love the way that IG are forcing these plays when JDG looking like he understands how to win those clutch team fights, and it's such a pleasure to watch.
In they go again, way onto Paze, who's still going to have to try and flash out. Does so, but they lose their jungler. Chains of Corruption flashed out his way. Does manage to survive. Xiaoxu looking for flank out. Could be dangerous to go on through. Way. Flag and Dragon runs away. Scout over the wall. Flash for that massive stun. Does get that with a disintegrate. Mako now flashing one out. Xiaoxu gets some good value. They may have gone too far as the Shy goes down. Does get one back onto the Annie rookie with no flash quite up. Tries to trade back. The Arcade's doing a lot of work. Mako with the knockup. Can't quite get the damage, but he does at the end. The burn is there. Xiaoxu's still so deadly. This Renekton untouched. And Xiaoxu clutches up with a flash. Shojin and Strybreak, if he can get some autos down, the damage from the Renekton is pretty high. Now on to Dragon we go. That would be soul point for IG and 3 Infernal Dragons on a quad carry team.
It's insane.
It is quite nasty.
Yeah, Jin always has high AD numbers because of the way that's been a problem for them. Scout having little impact on the Annie outside of the early game too. They really need a clutch team fight to get any hope of a comeback. Flash last fight, but now Mako looking for a bit more on this tier 2. Won't quite find it. Way looking for an engage. Puts down the Damascene standard will not Dragon Strike towards it. The Shy goes across the Velsham looking for a little bit more. Oh my god, Gala!
It's now a 4-item Jin, and that changes the pattern a little bit. Curtains are called. Goodbye, Wink. They're going to get the GA at least off one, but oh my days, the burn on the back end of it. All the Shy hit with the Chains of Corruption.
What is that Jin damage?
4-item Jin, baby.
It's a 4 items 3 Infernal Dragon Jin. What? Huh?
Jin scaling is very different to a lot of people's carries.
They can look for a crash down. No, they can't. Here comes the Cataclysm.
There we go. More damage to the backline as Scout goes on down. Way survives courtesy of a little bit of a Bastion shield. Shun gonna get flashed on. Gala looking for more. Pays in danger. Another one. He picks up as many as he can find. Finally brought low is the Aurora, but Gala picks up the triple.
Dare I say it, this is the best Invictus Gaming have looked the entire year. It's early into the split, but they look coordinated. They look on form mechanically across the board. Yes, there are jitters there, but let's be honest, it's not an Invictus Gaming game without some Invictus inting as well. The Happy Gaming comes with their organization. They'll get a last kill. And Gala really stepping up to the plate. Incredible Jin performance.
You can't deal with them at the worst. You don't deserve to love them at their best. And this is looking close to the best we've seen them all.
Engaged now. If the Jarvan manages to get someone into the Cataclysm, Ambess is going to be right in there with them. LNG, good dive, and it's proactivity in a way that they didn't show in their last series.
We wrap around here. Level 2 gank a possibility.
Headbutt
back it off. Feather. Beautiful angle. LP needs to flash up. He's interrupted. It's wonderful from Thunder Talk.
Feather, take a bow. The level... You will need to be a little bit wary of now Xiaofeng having a play on the map.
Again, trying to hang towards his own jungler, but Xiaofeng is there. Flash away for that, but there's still the flag, the drag. And the Unraveled Earth comes on through to no avail. Pick up kill from LNG in the mid lane.
Yeah, Setup needed to be much more careful there. Your jungler has showed bot side. Very difficult. Yeah, they went from LPL finalists. They went from...
semi-finalists.
Yeah, about how long ago would it have been? About 8-9 months ago. They were undefeated in World Swiss stage.
Aki looking to get on top of this one. Doesn't have his smite available. Xiaofeng will look at the other side of 1xN, trading up with LP. And sure, looking to turn around. The Eagles comes on in. Flash away there from Xiaofeng to quit a 1xN inside the Cataclysm, who fails to get out of the wall. It's not hit by between worlds though. The weirding across the wall buys some time. 1xN with the spell shield, getting himself a bit of healing, but just can't get part of the flash for the auto. Nearly didn't get him. Finally, they're going to continue running. It took so long to kill the damn Sivir. They're now in a weird spot. Seismic Shove comes on forward, threaded volley onto LP, who's been aggroed by the blue buff. Aki comes on through with the audacious charge. Now Xiaofeng needs to consider getting away. There is the hop away. What can he do in the wolf camp pit? Flag and drag onto the other side. Won't see him on the wolves. Can they spot him over here? Seismic Shove just wide, but it's spotted regardless.
The Seismic Shove stops the recall, even if the E doesn't hit. So the fight ends up being, I believe, a 3-for-2 overall as LNG got the one kill.
Hoya coming on down, can look to ult on in. It's the Lumberjack looking to fell some trees. Feather rooted by the Tangle Barbs. TP walk behind in that red, but that Raptor pick. Keep your eyes on it. Hai Chow is around. If you get interesting, as TT are being corralled, Feather will cleanse that ult with his own. In comes Hoya looking for an angle, but the public execution, the Pop Blossom, headbutted away, buying some time. Varus is dead, but so is Sivir. What's happening is everyone's being knocked up and around. Zucker looking for some engages now as he begins to Drakehound step across the backline. Hoya flashing away from the flag and the drag. Jaw can look for Tangle Barbs, potentially onto that sign just about wide. It's a one fight for LNG, but TT did get the drag.
Some of those tricky engages. and the flanking angles. Sion walking up the river. Zucker has a teleport coming up in a few seconds, I believe. Can't do it right now. Sion going around the back of the play.
That could get very interesting. We'll find an angle onto
What the hell
somehow.
happened there?
Joy's got bounced around. That was surely a spectator, but now LP's in danger. Might be losing his namesake as Feather ghosting, looking to get the trample proc, and they'll get the kill on the Varus.
Folks, I don't know if we're going to get a pause about that. That Sion, I think he ended up bugging his ultimate. The angle there was a little bit different to what I expected. We'll watch the replay. I don't know if that's one of those tricky Sion ult bugs because it catches LNG completely out of surprise. You get a huge fight and they use the hell to immediately take the tower.
I just don't know what exactly that was. It might have been a spectator bug. Talia does get out actually, and now Xiaofang might be in a spot of bother. Will Cataclysm forward, Jaw throws down the Tangle Bobs. High jump with the Between Worlds, looking for a bit more. TP coming on through, set up without the flash, can now be in danger. Flashed on top of, has got a Sarah shot, misses the seismic shove and will be traded.
Will be traded back. So TT come away with a one play. Dragon is spawning now, and LNG are back out onto the map. They'll end up not taking the Dragon. That part in his ultimate can angle it that way. It's a huge amount of damage. If you get hit by a Sion ult after it's been charged up for a while, Official should be pausing the game. LNG just got done in by a Sion bug.
Reminder, I don't think League officials are allowed to pause. It has to be the players.
League officials can do as well. They can announce it for a few things. Next fight going on, though.
Gonna keep on headbutting forwards. Big chunk on forwards. Overcomes Senna, but it's into the Pot Blossom. Still gonna kill off the job. Into the side, into the Cataclysm they go. Aki gets some damage back, and they will bring down the Nico as well. The piercing arrow gets two. Haichao now in danger. One extent continues to throw out auto after auto after auto. Ricochet's coming on through. Gets the additional auto down onto that flower, keeping things rolling, trying to ricochet through the wave, get some more onto Haichao. Setup looking for a bit more. It's messy. 2 for 2, all things said and done. Jungle and support both dead.
TT using their top lane to push out top lane as well. Zucker not getting the best of that trade, actually. Hoya doing well with his Sunfire Cape and his Tabi.
LP picked up a couple kills. The gold lead that Siva had has kind of disappeared, but again, Aris, you would hope, would be a little bit further ahead of the curve.
Teleport for LNG if you want to get Trixie. Hex Gates if you want to get even more so. Do TT start the Dragon? They should do.
Haichao on a flank angle.
Does
have
have
the ult back up. That will be valuable. Also, Zucker on a flank can look to collapse. I don't know whether TT have enough vision here to stop all of the various people collapsing on in. Dragon down to 2000 HP should be secured. No! Flag Dragon steal by Xiaofang. Coming for the Pot Blossom. Doesn't actually get as much value as they were hoping for. Need to go across the wall to get out to safety. As actually LNG ended up really split apart here. The Weaver's Wall angle. Potentially dangerous from Setup, who looks to get more value on the Xiaofang here. Has to sidestep that seismic shot, but is hit by the wind. Becomes lightning as a result. Jungler down alongside the sport. I think that's Atakan for TT.
A little bit worried about that. Atakan will go down. TT will get big value out of this. It will give them more value from all the battles they already had. Some duff games, but sometimes his frontline play can be absolutely fantastic. And right there, good ultimate there to force him back. Sivas died while we were in replay. Okay, would have liked to see that one, folks.
Yeah, looks like there was a Cataclysm burn, so I'm assuming it's just flashless Sivir getting jumped on by all the tools that will punish a flashless Sivir.
Yeah, Cataclysm, anything else used? No, that's the big ultimate. Baron coming up in a minute, and it's a dangerous world to live in as a Sivir without Flash. We've been talking about the whole damn game in LNG. Credit to them, last series they looked dead, leaderless, no proactivity. It was very, very slow, and it was very difficult to watch. Walking over vision, 1xN, there's no one near. Okay, 1xN, honestly, that's on him. You should never be walking that far away from your teammates. The fact that no one is even on his screen, well, they'll see it now. They'll see it now, which means that they've been walking on this the whole time. Flick back on shot, that's huge. That's huge.
A massive advantage. Xiaofang has to flash away.
Now no Flash Cataclysm, no HP to fight the Dragon. 1xN doesn't blow the Flash either. Oh, that's a huge mistake from Xiaofang walking too close to there. Great pick off by Setab.
They've got wards around to work with. Setup could potentially be in danger here. A Setup looking to potentially get caught up by Haichao, but will decide against it. Baron is up, and they're just going to try and threaten that. 11,000 HP on a Sion in the professional game, which was pretty ridiculous. Sion in particular, depending on what he builds, can just be unreasonably tanky. It can be quite difficult to choose how to itemize into the Black Cleaver. I think here from Zucker makes some sense, and we've got a lot of armor stacking going on. Seraph does eat quite a lot of damage here, actually. Doesn't quite have the Seraph's proc, but may well have to reset here as a result of just eating some incidental poke. Feather now in danger. Setup maybe forced to weave before keep people alive. When becomes lightning comes on down. TP's now flying. Setup still at half HP. Feather in danger. This is really awkward from Thundertorm.
Huge mistake. Feather walking too far. Didn't want to blow that Flash. Gets caught out. And LNG, despite by that Nico, LNG now back into a great position.
Replay picture-in-picture. There was a TP that was cancelled by Sion, and now TP coming on in from Hoya, looking to punish. LP in danger, has a flash. Will it be enough? It will not be. Aki gets it. Thunder Talk managed to strike back.
Great teleport in from Hoya. Hoya has had a very good game. Bug or bug without. Baron's now going to be started. LNG
Can they make their way into the pit without dying afterwards? 1xN doesn't have the ult to chase them down. Teleport behind them. This could be their play. Let's see if they can get onto the carries.
The Aurora to come on in. Xiaofeng being threatened. Roar of the Slayer comes on down. Aki still on that Baron. Trying to find the angles. Feather respawning between worlds we go. It gets a bit of damage onto 1xN, and it is a fair amount of work. Needs to find some people to hit to get that life steal back. Well, Boomerang Blade was Xiaofeng to look to find his way in. 1xN flashes out. Baron secured by the side of TT. They kill off the Sivir, but they have to burn a lot to do it. Setup low. Azure trying to get the blooming blows. The damage just not quite there until Hoya screams at the Nico. And across the wall they go with the Hex Gates. End up losing the Sivir, but it's in trade for 2, and they already killed off LP beforehand.
TT trying to slam home the advantage with the remainder of that Baron buff. Here comes the Weaver's Wall. They're forcing the play, actually. That's one way to get some of the threat off of you.
And comes the ult. Hoya's found an angle behind. Charging on forwards. The unstoppable force is very deadly indeed. They kill off the Varus on the other side. 1xN healing up a fair amount. Will finally go down, but tries to take Xiaofeng with it. Can't quite do it. 1-for-1 in the AD carries.
Oh, but LNG managed to get out, and Xiaofeng is still alive. If you can find anything to hit, he's looking to see if Krugs are there. No, they're not there, so I'll have to stick around on low HP. TT leaving their AD carry out to dry. The peel has not been good for 1xN, but they have got themselves an angle towards the Dragon. It is a steal or bust.
Feather trying to body block over the wall, trying to find the smite angle and can't quite do it on the drive-by. Dragon secured by TT, and the 1-for-1 will go out as a wash.
LNG do not get the soul. TT have that soul now. 1xN will respawn. Again, I'm not that happy with how TT have been playing around their own Sivir. I think their logic has been, if we engage first, we can do the damage before they find the angle onto the backline. That's not really been true.
Clear build, not the most damage heavy, right? It's gone towards pure utility. Got an orb in inventory as well to try and help out.
That is unfair. If that is allowed in the game, I do not think that is a fair interaction. 1xN hanging over to his safe side lane. Haichao again just got his eyes onto him. It's all about diving onto that Sivir. Haichao has a flank. Can he get here in time though?
1xN coming on over. Indeed, Haichao's coming over. He might be a little bit too late. Joy's in danger. Has put a stopwatch down, trying to find an angle. He's going to get into the fortunate range of setup. Picked up by 1xN. GA procced onto Aki, but that's not the value target of, say, 1xN. Public execution. Aki in danger, being run out by the 2 solo laners. They've got the GA on the other side of the Decimated Flash will come on down and make that a significantly less even trade. Setup trades out there 1-for-1 with LP. Ends up being a 3-for-2.
3-for-2, but the Sivir is alive with Flash, and your engage onto them is gone. Sivir actually has a free play. Here comes the Scion again.
Choo-choo, Onslaught comes on forwards. Roar of the Slayer on the Raptor means Haichao's in danger, spotted out by the far side alteration. Where do you go? The cooldown at this point, not that long, and things like between or across the veil. Forced to flash. Gonna be in danger. Flash from Feather as he tries to get the pulverized angle and doesn't. There's gonna be a Blasco. 1xN is waiting. Here we go. Boomerang Blade comes across. Where's he across the veil? Surely gonna come up at some point, but it does not. And 1xN brings down the bunny. Not the cleanest chase of all time.
Haichao will be dead for a full minute. He will be up for the Dragon, but it's going to be a Baron started by TT. They'll have regen, respawn coming through. 1xN will have the damage to kill the Baron, but Zucker's coming over to try and stop an ult in 5 seconds.
Behind. Needs to be wary here. As Zucker can look for this Jaw also coming on up. They don't know he's there quite yet. Redemp's coming on forward. The headbutt away. Buy some time. Hoya now here, looking to body block. On the hunt comes on forward. Flash away. Jaw still going to get that pop blossom. Trying to stay alive as 1xN. Will stay alive for a little while longer. Still healing. Still alive. Murders 2.
2 down, Haichao still dead, and they can go back to the Baron. 1xN will use that Vamp Scepter and his 4.5 item Sivir to finally get the game-winning play. Every flash on Sivir has to count, and that one certainly did. LP, it's an arrow or nothing.
There's a smite still in Feather's inventory of all people. Chains of Corruption will bring Setup off the wall. Won't quite die, though, and credit there to Feather as well. Really good fight, the bot lane duo. Managing to use every tool in the arsenal to keep that Sivir alive as everyone was jumping for the heads. Turning back towards the Dragon. Xiaofeng is up. You are down Zucker. You are down Jaw for at least a couple more seconds. Hex Gates will help, but I think it's just going to be Soul. Hextech Soul as well to Thundertalk Gaming.
Yeah, just another confirmation, folks. Apparently, the side ult completely interacted. It's just dumb as hell, and I shouldn't be in the game. Just the way that it is. I know that I keep going back to it, but get something done.
Look for it wherever he can. Haichao. He is down that lane, not spotted as yet. Thundertalk, remember 1xN's got a GA now. Shorty sold to get that. Haichao being collapsed onto. On the hunt is going down. Between worlds is there, and 1xN just stands and delivers. He murders them all. Now the turnaround comes on through. Tries to pop blossom to buy some time to draw, but it will not do so as LP. Gonna get hit by the redemption. And unfortunately for him, that means he burns. Zucker being traded out by Setup will get nowhere as the Rhyalized Slow is making his life utterly miserable.
The Hextech Lightning brings the Chillin back down to earth. A Lightning Rod. As they cannot finish off the Civet, they lose game 1.
Now locked in to join in with the Paranoia. The engage and pick is looking pretty nasty from TT here.
It is.
Assuming they can make their ultimate kill someone.
You don't have that much
5 minutes, people do switch for lane priority, picking up waves. Tibbers just drops in mid lane there by Setup to try and force a bit of priority and allow TT to potentially fight over this dragon. Setup with the stun charged, in danger though, gets jumped out, gets a stun back, and manages to walk away. Haichao looking for the shuffle back, it's onto Tibbers and Setup, and needs to start running away. What's happening in the river? Hoya's now come on down, has TP'd in, gets a knock up onto the Brawl, looking for some value. Call of the Forge God coming on down, and Setup got the stun charge, goes down to the soldiers. Big knock up though on the other side as LP goes down to 1-for-1 as it stands, and the dragon stays standing.
Well played there by Hoya to make sure the shield was down before
Aatrox as well. There's a whole lot of Umbra. They like the darkness word.
It's a good one, to be fair. Now, all the while, of course, worth noting that 1xN didn't turn up. That fight was just laning against the Rumble, ended about 10 CS, maybe more like...
Position with that draft. 1xN, I think it's an easier draft in some ways than the last one. Sivir into Jarvan with an Aurora is pretty nasty. Hang on, there might be a pick over the wall. Here comes the file.
Baby.
Out.
In they go, flashing forward, Setup flashing away himself, stays alive, now they're turning it around with the Paranoia. Glacier Fisher over the wall, bought some time, but there is Feather as well, looking to get some value onto that Rumble, who has rumbled in the jungle too hard and goes down.
Nocturne gets the pick onto the flashless. Now, Hoya's dropped the top wave 4. This dragon's going down. Hoya could teleport back up towards top lane. Nitu's going to walk his way up there too. Has the Kanik Rooken. He has that first item. Little worried that he's left a bit early now, though. The Ornn isn't here.
TP right back where they came from. Ornn also TPing in. Feather potentially in danger against the battle dance by hit by the Glacial Fisher. But now in comes the Ornn Horn. Aki gets to go on forwards and they blow up LP. The flash blown earlier is hyper valuable and Thunder Talk pounce. The lightning strikes twice for a double kill.
Draw is not doing enough with this shield to block the Braum ultimate. It's going to be 2 kills to the side of TT. Feather's going in for another knockup. I'm not sure there's no follow-up beyond that, and indeed there won't be. It will be Dragon to TT, 2 kills. I
haven't watched it for a while. I watched the autopsy of Jane Doe again yesterday, and it was, yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It's, okay, I'd say less good on the second watch than the first one when I knew the twists and stuff. Feather's caught alone, I'm sorry. I don't really think they want to pick him off though. Hal's going to be summoned to the top side. Haichao's going to quickly drive that into the turret. And they'll get themselves first turret of the game, and feats of strength now going to be down to the next objective.
That will be interesting, actually.
And
of course,
they'll get something out of it. Not all they were really looking for, but they'll take it, I guess, given everything.
it's a minute and a half until next dragon, so I think
be up
it'll
anyway.
probably be up in time anyway. It's level 11.
And also, because that ultimate's going top side, LG weren't sending anyone bot side to deal with the push. Hoya gets 8 out
Like we're going to have any contest. Sharpfang over on his romp, saying, look, we're giving this one up. Get some shove, we'll play to scale. And in fairness, they've got that option if they have to.
Goes through vision to get here.
Boy.
TT, look, this is still throwable. They are only 1,500 gold ahead. Teleports come in. That's going to fall low. LNG, do they? No, there is 5 members. This is under half HP. TT could potentially rush this now.
Feather pull now coming down to 3k. Can they find a way on in? Where, oh, where is the jungler? Down to 2. Taken. Nice pull back on the Feathers. Now looking for another engage. Zucker can potentially find a good equalizer. Sets up with the stun on 2. In they go with the Paranoia. Still trying to get the kill. Does get LP. Aki might well be trained, but another stun comes on down and prevents the follow. The soldiers slide away, but to what avail? LNG, though, begin to turn it around as Haichao and the Flame Spitter come on through. Haichao still doing some work. Maybe needs to put some more soldiers down. Just can't do it because 1xN murders more.
They don't get the pick onto the Xayah, and Xayah cleans up. 4 for 2 in the fight. Atakan and LNG playing the game without vision and without knowledge of that Atakan. The objective goes down. They can't contest. It'll be a mid turret as well. This game just fell off the cliff's edge for LNG.
Besides, I think this time around for the Conqueror, getting a lot of value as extended fights is required.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Conqueror's still good, right? Because you get a ton of attack speed from your W anyway, so it's like, well, I'll just get the better stats, and tend to give you pseudo life. Still, Paranoia pulled again, going on to the flashless fight.
Oh, baby. And the unspeakable horror comes on down. The battle dance, the grand entrance, the quickness. The combo comes on through. Setup was jumped on, but the Ornn Horn is here. And unfortunately, this brass band is playing you out at your funeral. Nice kill. And a double for 1xN.
Yeah, the soldiers just there as a funerary procession for the Emperor of Shurima. Rumble will get a turret on the bot side of the map. It is technically a trade, but they are still down a little under 3,000 gold. Inner turret will get taken as well to put them back over that 3k mark. Ornn items are coming in. 1xN had that upgraded Essence Reaver for that fight. 5-0-2 on the Xayah. And
If you stack
LNG,
Conqueror,
you're going to have even more AD. They're trying to catch out Hoya. He has ult.
don't know about this
Yeah,
one,
me neither, buddy.
folks. Paranoia now coming. Where are they looking? Potentially at Zucker. Sundis comes on forward. Very deep now from Matthew. Backs away. Knocked up. Decisive comes on through. That time the shield prevents the Ornn horn. Damage might be a bit far.
Oh, the
TT
stun!
trying to do it. But look at Xayah doing some work. The stun was good. 1 for 2 right now. Top and jungle in danger. It's potentially some value coming on through. They lose Aki. They lose Feather. But at least kill off Haichao. Messy from Thunder Talk.
It's still a good fight from LNG for sure, but the stun from setup stops it from being any
Common
worse
concept
within League. If the enemy team has been playing around one side of the map, they will leave wards. You know that Haichao just pushed out top lane. They're going for the engage.
Oh, here we go. Paranoia's down. Doesn't get that much value till quite yet, but the fear's still there. Flash over for the stun setup again. The Azir is confounded and taken out. This Xayah is ungodly fed.
I mean, you don't normally see a DPS check on a tower, but 1xN just took that tower in a single wave by pressing W. Like, watch, he'll do the same here. Look at this. This is insane.
Ugh.
3 grubs, a bunch of AD extra from the Masterwork items. They are not prepared for the amount of structure damage that Xayah's doing here.
LP finally resets alongside Sharp, and they won't quite get the inhibitor. A little wary of a potential collapse, and I think that's probably fair. Level 16 now for 1xN, so that Feather Storm going to be an increasingly reliable cooldown.
I love the Molten Shield going on to 1xN there too, giving him a little bit of
very
extra
true.
movement speed. You don't often expect that from the Annie, but if Rakan goes forward, activates Xayah's W, and then you get the Molten Shield and the Ghost, this is like a Peregrine Falcon of Xayah's.
She's real quick, and just a little bit of extra defense is no bad thing at all. Setup just get caught briefly there. Not really all that much. Hoya also at this point very tanky. A lot of the pen items just haven't been able to be bought. You've got a Black Cleaver and a Bloodthirster, or Bloodletter.
All in all, teleport in, trying to fight around the dragon right now. I just don't see how LNG have the damage, and TT could actually just leave this and take an inhibitor if they really wanted to.
Don't need it. Hoya's going to pick up that turret, still has the TP, and remember, with the Ornn coming from an unusual angle, the Ornn horns, the Call of the Forge God, could well be there to melt LNG down into their constituent parts.
See how strong the anvil of TT is.
The triple knockup afterwards. You can do no wrong. There's the Forge God coming on in. And unfortunately, they are smoked, delivered into the waiting arms of hell.
Smelted and quenched. LNG have been sent back to the slag heap. TT crushed through the fight, and Hoya, I think he's looking at a double back-to-back, a double MVP game back-to-back, and TT starting off this split 2-1, a good start to split 3 of LPL. Very confident team fighting from Thunder Talk.
That is nuts. I mean, it's very hard to talk about anything else here, because Thunder Talk, again, the first game was a little bit closer. It was a harder game to play out from the draft. This one, the composition, we said we liked how thematically in sync it all was. The side of LNG.